and good morning. This is Mike Lodge. I'm the business advisor. On here every single day almost, talking about business, talking about politics. Hopefully mostly about business. But I'm telling you what's happening is that a lot of this politics is affecting our businesses and our personal finances. And so I talk a lot about those issues that are going to touch us in some way. And I hate it when I have to do it. I hate politics. But I have to do it sometimes because what they are voting on in Congress or talking about doing in the White House will affect us in some way. It always does. When they say no new taxes, well, we get a whole bunch of taxes. I mean, it's always the opposite of whatever they say. It's infrastructure. No, it's a Green New Deal. It has nothing to do with infrastructure. Been lied to so many times. Debt relief? No, it creates more debt. It's always the opposite of whatever they say. And we have to take that into consideration. We are nutso. Listen, yesterday I talked about Yellow Trucking Company going out of business and laying off 30,000 jobs. Well, I got a new notice this morning. So CVS is laying off 5,000 workers. CVS, the drugstore, where we go and get our toothpaste and we get our drugs, we get our medication, we get whatever we need. It's there. Snacks, licorice. I always go there and get licorice. I have a strange addiction to licorice out of CVS. I don't know what it is. But 5,000 employees. So that means in the last 2 days, we have laid off 35,000 employees. Do you think that says that we have a healthy economy? I tell you, I do not believe whatever the economists are saying out of the investment banks in Wall Street, because whatever they're doing, all that they're concerned about, and we have to realize this, they're concerned about their profits, so they don't mind if things go up because they're making more money. So when I hear numbers coming out of Wall Street, I don't really listen to it anymore. And when I see numbers coming out of Washington, D.C., I really don't pay any attention to it anymore. Because I know that you and I, we're feeling a much different economy than what they're feeling, or what they're seeing, or what they're trying to spin. That is the biggest problem ever. In fact, there was a report this morning that said that there will be a lot more job losses for the remainder of the year. So we're going to see that happening. In fact, the article that I'm going to point you down to in the story part of my podcast here, if you go down below, is the article states, despite a state of recession, we have been in a recession. That's the dumbest remark ever. We have been in a recession. Anyway, it says, despite a state of recession, many Americans are about to lose their jobs. So you'll see that down below and you can read through it. And I've been warning you guys, prepare, because we don't know what's going on. Now, some of you guys out there are really stupid. HR departments are having a real problem. It's called loud leaving or loud. Anyway, they're ending their jobs loudly. They're going on to Twitter. They're going on to TikTok. They're going on to all these social media things and saying, my company, and then they tell a whole desponding story. I mean, a story that is so evil about the companies. Now, when you do that, you're really stupid. You know that stays out on the internet, even if you delete it. It stays out on the internet because people have copied it, people have repeated this story. And what happens? You come to my company, you put in your application. Do you know what the first thing I do is? I pull you up on Facebook. I try to find you on Twitter. I try to find you on Thumbtack. I try to find you all over the place where you may be on social media, so I can see what you are saying and how you are talking about your former employer. Do you think I want to hire somebody that's going to put my company down? Nah. You're dead. You're dead weight now. because you put that out there on the internet, putting down your former boss, your former employer, and now you look like shit. You look stupid. If you are going to keep doing that, you're not going to be able to find work ever. Ever. When you come into a company, the first thing that we always do, and sometimes even before you come in for your interview, we have your resume and we are looking at all of the social media outlets out there, and we are trying to find you. Even if you change your name, all that we have to do is put your picture in Google search and we can find you. So don't think that just because you're changing the name on your accounts that you can't be found. You are going to be found. And the words that you say are going to be read, and they are going to be noted in your application. And you probably will not get to that second interview. You probably won't even make it halfway through your first interview. In fact, you may even get a call from us saying, listen, I don't think that you're the right fit for my company. And I've had to do that. When I had my offices in Los Angeles, I tell you, we really scrutinized every individual that came through. You would be even surprised that some of you are posted out there and you have gotten negative reviews on what you've done, or what you've said, or what you posted. We read those too, because we want to know exactly what kind of people are reading you and what kind of an impact that you're having on people. If it's a negative impact, I'm sorry, I don't want you. And if you're going to talk badly about your former employer, I don't want you. Because I know then that you're going to go out there and start talking badly about me, my company. Understand that when you do that kind of nonsense, you are setting yourself up for failure. HR departments are having a problem with it because they're researching you and they're saying, we can't hire this person. Look what they've said about their former employers. And maybe it's not just one employer that you've had a bad time with. It might be a whole bunch. And if you've had that problem, you're a problem child. If you've had problems with your former employers and you've had to leave them or you were fired, you're a problem child. You see, what you do on the internet matters. What you say on the internet matters. What you post on the internet, if you're posting that you're partying every single weekend and you look like you're half drunk every single weekend, you set yourself up for failure. Because we don't want those kind of people. We want people that are going to be dedicated to our company. No matter how much you like us or not, that you're going to come in and you're going to do your work and you're going to do the job that we have assigned you to and that we're paying you for. We don't want somebody who, behind our back, is going out there and putting the company down or putting a manager down. If you have a problem, take it to your employer and talk about it. We used to do exit interviews, and we would sit down with the employee as they were leaving the company and find out what their experience was. We wanted to find out what they felt about the company and how they would see change, constructive criticism. We like that. But when you go out onto the internet and broadcast it to thousands of people and make it to look bad, guess what? You're not going to get hired at the next company. In fact, it's very childish. What you're doing is very childish. This is like high school level thing. Talking badly about the teacher because you didn't like that she gave you extra homework. Well, if you're going to be a child and if you're going to be somebody that's going to complain all the time and going to moan and groan and show that you have no growth potential, we don't want you because we've seen it on TikTok. We've seen it on Facebook. We've seen it on Instagram. We've seen it all over the place. So be careful what you're doing. Don't be this type of individual that's out there creating havoc and destroying your career. Even if you try to delete this stuff, it's still there. It's still there. Unless you hire a company that goes out and cleans up your image, what you post right now is still there. What you say is still there. How you feel is still there. How foolish you look is still there. So be careful what you're doing out there. Listen, there's going to be a lot of layoffs coming here. You may be one of them. And if they see that you are a good employee, they might keep you around. But if you've created havoc, if you've said stupid things out on the internet, out on social media, fools go first, but the loyal stay at the company. Layoffs are a tough thing because now you are competing with a whole bunch of other people looking for the same job you are because they were laid off. Listen, we say, oh, no, the job market's free and open. No, it's not. If you are in hospitality, maybe, because that's where they're hiring. If you are in leisure, hotels, maybe, because that's where they're hiring. Think before you post. Think about yourself. Think about your reputation. You know the greatest asset that you have to keep working on, that you have to keep building on, is your reputation. Once you have tarnished that reputation, you are a loser. And it's going to take a long time to rebuild that reputation. That asset that you have, that reputation asset, is the most important thing that you have in your life. More than money, more than houses, more than gold, more than stocks, more than everything. That reputation is what shows what kind of individual you are, and that you do have an asset that others want to take and put into their company. But if you're going to be a fool, and if you're going to go out there and put down your former employers and managers, you've just become a fool. And fools never go further. Protect your asset. Protect it. Your reputation is more important than anything else. Be ethical, work ethically, work diligently, ask questions, come up with solutions, treat other employees fairly, and you will make it through everything. Even layoffs, you'll make it through. But once you become a fool, fools go bye-bye very quickly. Listen, if you would like to have some time with me and have some coaching, I do business coaching and advisory work to companies. You can go to my website at www.lodge.co.com. It's linked below. You can click on it. And if you have a business question or if you have any general question, send it to thebusinessadvisor at gmail.com. Z as in zebra, gmail.com. Everybody go out and have a great day. And don't be a fool. Be cautious about your asset. Protect it with all that you have. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.